Welcome to LLBR. We back. I know, being consistent. Not even gonna lie to you guys and give some sob story. I've been BS. Been playing around, got a little lazy, but I promise I'm going to get it together one day. And just trying to get it together slow but surely. But I do want to celebrate uh 2 weeks of sobriety. A while ago, I took uh I don't want to call it an oath or anything, but I don't want to call it a break. I'm just planning to be sober for for the rest of my life, for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, I just want to get to a place of event drinking. I just have my one little cup to celebrate something major, but other than that, you know what I'm saying? No drinking, no drugs of any kind, even weed. You know what I'm saying? I've been hookah free, so you know, just trying to clean up my life a little bit, be eating a little bit healthier. I'm trying to lose like 25 to 30 more pounds. I lost 30 this year, but I got more work to do. After surgery, and you realize after surgery, it ain't as easy as it once was. Like shoes better fall off. Now I'm not even sure what I need to do, right? So just been trying to just stay focused on that, stay focused on the growth and the development and all that, GD. But just trying to be a better, right? So just go ahead and get straight to it. Aisha Curry. No, I ain't finna talk about her specifically, but I do want to use her latest comments in a way, to kind of guide the message that I want to provide for today, right? I'm pretty sure all of y'all are aware of what she said. I'm pretty sure all y'all feel how y'all feel, right? And I'm not here to dissect some ladies. That ain't my wife, so I don't really I don't care what that lady has to say, right? I do think, what I'm saying, certain things, just her pattern of behavior just really shows that she's not truly happy with where her individual life is. But, it's not really on me to really say much about it outside of I hope, what I'm saying, she used the resources that God blessed her to have to achieve what she wanted to achieve so she can have some self fulfillment. But her comments are a lot of people saying she's ungrateful, this, that, and third, but people gotta understand that she's an individual, bro. And as we all are individuals, we have our own set of goals and we all have our own set of desires that we wanna go after, right? You know what I'm saying? That we want, you know what I'm saying? That will fulfill us. And sometimes, life happens. People act like, well, I'm one of the people, you know what I'm saying? Kids is very easy to avoid having, right? But people, if you have kids and they alter your life a lot. You know what I'm saying? And you get married or you get in a relationship, they alter your life a lot. And a lot of people tend to get lost in those things. They lose themselves in those things. They allow them to be their identity. And that's what I want to talk about because I want to use a naughty word that you have been told all your life that is a bad thing. I'm here to tell you what can save you from losing yourself. Selfishness. Be selfish. Like all our lives, people have told y'all that being selfish is a bad thing. And it can be, but there's no different than any other thing if you use it the wrong way or you just too much of it, right? You know what I'm saying? All selfish means you are looking out for your self interest and you are going to do things that best fit what you desire, right? If you desire what you desire, let me take it back. If you feel like you are an easily distracted person, then you need to hyper focus and be selfish on what you need to desire and knock that out. Because what's going to happen is you're going to grow older and you're going to become very, very, very resentful of what's going on. And then a lot of people tend to make excuses. Well, this happened, well, this happened, this happened. I mean, yeah, that's the truth. But the same thing is, the flip side of the coin, people had those things happening worse, and they still achieve what they want to achieve. It is a matter of they. had that will and determination that you lack, clearly. See, that's the thing about saying these type of statements is you have to realize it's your fault. It's not the kid's fault. They didn't ask to be here. They didn't ask to get married. It's your fault. Especially you keep having them motherfuckers. Because you don't have to keep having kids. Like you can learn your lesson after the first one, realize how hard things will be after the first one, and just like not keep having another one to you and don't have another one to you in the place of, you know, a better space. And maybe you just might want to wrap that and just say, all right, I'm cool with one. You know what I'm saying? Like today, I just made the realization that that is exactly why I don't like dating losers. I don't like dating women who are so men centric to the point that men and their family is their identity. That's a part of it. That's not you. What you are, the hobby that you do. What you are, the things that you achieve and the desires that you have, your interests, your personality. There, you shouldn't get with me and then you acting like me. Oh my God, yeah, nah, I'm twin them. Nah, baby, we ain't twins. You are you, and you got to be you and keep yourself. And this is for me too, Ty. Listen, man. If every man that hear this, or you ladies, go ask your male friends if they had this advice from old school dudes, and they go like this: "Hey, young blood, how are you? You got kids? Don't have. Wait, I love my family. Time out. I love my family, but I wish I had a way to have. I had goals and stuff I wanted to achieve, but I had to do what I had to do. Don't be me. I guarantee you, every man has heard that exact advice, right? Basically, be selfish. Selfish has a bad reputation, but selfishness can really save you from a lot of stuff. A lot of that stuff go, a lot of y'all go through stuff because y'all not selfish enough, and some of y'all don't have lasting relationships because you're entirely too selfish. You gotta find a balance, right? But we talk about goals and desires. You gotta be selfish to go pursue that, regardless of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be selfish to go after your goals and desires. You gotta realize that you're gonna sacrifice some stuff. You're gonna sacrifice fun with your friends, a trip too. You're gonna sacrifice if you got a kid now. You might like, hey, I can't make it to practice, but make sure you get to practice. But I make sure I'm at the games or the recitals or whatever the case may be. You're gonna have to sacrifice that. It makes it hard, but like I said, you gotta have drive and ambition and discipline to achieve anything in this world. You know, you can be the person that used it as a crutch, or you can be the person used it as a stepping stone. Motivation. I got back in school. It's a selfish decision that is rooted in motivation to give my daughter a better life. It benefits her if I am the best version of myself. And to require me to become the best version of myself, I have to be selfish. I have to do things, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna make me a better me. When you go to therapy, you're making a selfish decision, but you don't look at it like that. But you are. That is your best interest to go to therapy. When you take these breaks from alcohol or drugs, when you decide to go on a diet, when you decide to work out, you are making sacrifices for your betterment, your best interest. Those are selfish decisions. And also, but you got the flip side of the coin of the selfish where you don't do anything to better yourself. And just because it may your decision impact others doesn't make it less selfish, right? You can be an alcoholic, or you can be a person that don't drink, or you can just be a person no moderation is key. Either way, it it helps your best interest first, and that also saves a lot of outcomes from this, right? I made the self decision to drink while I was entirely too intoxicated. Carter D. That self decision cost me money that I could be put to the side for other things and for my dog. You gotta live with that, right? That's just an example. right? But the key is the balance. But you want to pursue your goals. A wise man once told me sometimes you gotta say fuck your kids to fuck with your kids, right? Sometimes you gotta do that. When you work two jobs, bro, you sacrificing time with your kids. That's a selfish decision. That it pays off. It helps to take care of them, but it's still a selfish decision because you could simply just work your one job, stay have your time with kids, because it's viable, more viable, right? But we make decisions for whatever we think is better. So why can't y'all make this self decision to continue pursuing your goals and dreams regardless of what life goes? As long as you are alive and not disabled, you have the ability to pursue what you desire. It might take you a little bit longer. That's life, but you still did it. Unless you plan on dying, you got number time. We all gonna die, but you don't want to grow up and not go to a 2 year program, and it's 4 years later you still saying I need to go to school. You could have been achieved it and started your new career because you don't want to grow up with the regret, right? Ah, man, I wish I did that business, this and that, yada, yada, yada. You could have. You chose not to because you was afraid. You was afraid of the work. You was afraid of making the sacrifices. You was afraid of whatever the case may be. Or you didn't have any will. Or you lacked discipline. You couldn't dream big enough. Or the simple fact of you are so codependent on other people that you are soaked up and become them. And you lose yourself. So then when you lose them, you lost. You don't even feel. You don't know who you are. 5 years later, you don't know what you like to do no more. You don't know the hobbies. Your friends done got abandoned because you want to be all up on your partner's ass and on family time. Can't separate shit. That's you. Not looking out for you. I tell every woman, bro, where are your friends? Do y'all have girls' nights on a regular basis? If not, y'all need to start. Because you're not going to be up under me out there. Because I refuse to be with a woman who I know is going to resent me for her choices. Because I'm going to remind you every time you chose to do that. I know y'all hate that phrase, well, I didn't actually do that. That's a very valid phrase because it's mainly only said when somebody try to throw it in your face that they did this and that for you. Now, I got a problem reminding you because I always ask you, hey, what goals you got? Even after you achieve a goal, what's your next goal? What you want to work on? What we doing? You know what I'm saying? Be selfish. You have to be selfish in this world to achieve anything you want. You have to be selfish if you want to get better at something. You just have to be selfish. Flip side of that coin. Ice Curry has said time and time again that Steph has shown that he's a supportive man. Being a supportive partner matters, right? Carrying your load or even some of their load matters, bro. So you look like an asshole playing that reverse back to you card when you didn't make it easier for them. In fact, you probably made it harder for them. In fact, you was probably insecure and didn't allow them to have their own life. You always want to include yourself in their life. They went out with their friends, you constantly text them instead of allowing them to spend quality time with their friends. That's loser shit too. Because you are not conducive to them having an identity. You're not conducive to them having a life of their own. In fact, you're being very destructive of their whole being. A lot of y'all people get with people and try to change them into exactly what you want instead of getting with people who are already on their way. That's the problem there. There's also a problem that y'all be petty toward your partner and you just don't care it away. You had This person had your kids, bro. Why are you not hands on? Those are your kids. So let me take out that first part. These are your kids. Why are you not hands on? Finesse 2 times literally made a post with some stupid ass picture. And the man was like, I don't know how to be a father. I gotta be a single father, yada yada yada. I don't know. I don't step by step. And I get it, whatever. Cool. You been in jail. Cool. Guess what? If you was active, brother, you would have an idea of what you needed to do. You may not know everything because guess what? Newsflash: no parent, no matter if they 100% prison or not, know everything to do. You're going to make some wrong decisions. You're going to make some bad decisions. You're going to mess up. That is the truth about parenting. You're not going to be perfect. But guess what? If you're hands on, you have an idea of what you're doing. Because each kid is different, right? And it shows when you're not hands on. And trying to make yourself to be a victim in a situation is crazy. But again, I'm not here for the gossip. I'm just saying, be a better partner so these people can do that, so they can do what they gotta do. Be supportive. You should be supportive of your partner anyway, but be supportive. But why y'all be jealous of your partners too? I think that's weird, but whatever. A lot of y'all like to dim y'all partners like. I've been there before. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird, baby. Like you knew who I was before you tried to talk to me, before you got with me. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's crazy. Asinine. But people want you to be less than, you know what I'm saying? They love the fact that you're ambitious, but they don't want you to deal with. That's crazy. That's the side that's selfish as a bad thing. Because now you're halting their growth to satisfy you. And then you enjoy them struggle to find their identity if things don't work out. That makes you a real piece of shit, actually. You are truly a piece of shit if you do that to a person. Of course, they have to allow it. I said again, accountability. But if you do that to a person and then you welcome their demise when they bent over backwards to please you, and you made it hard for them. If you made it easy for them, then what up? What up, right? But if you did your job as a man or woman in a person's life, and they still be resentful because they threw too much of themselves in that shit, that's the key. Too much of yourself. Never give anybody in a situation your all. I know that sounds crazy, but you have to save something for yourself. You can't feel nobody cup if you're empty. Your kids cannot see you as an example if you're not at your best. You're not the best example. You are a good example, but you're not the best example. See, like I don't like harping on excuses and the negative side of things. I accept those exist. But again, I've seen too many people achieve things later in life for me to feel like I'm a failure because I'm not I'm not where I may want to be at 37, for an example. Why would I feel like it's a failure in life? And I've seen story after story after story after story in real life and in celebrities that a lot of stuff can happen in your late 30s or your early 40s. Life, unfortunately, can change as long as you put in the work, right? Why would I sit here and dwell on, all right, cool, I got a kid, but why would I not use my kid's motivation when I've seen others have kids, multiple kids, and come from worse circumstances? I know I said before, who gives a fuck about that shit? But still, look at those situations as motivation instead of looking at your situation like it's a hindrance to what you do. Because legs broke, so why you ain't jumping up that hurt? You may not cleanly jump that giant head. You might even trip over the hurdle. But as long as you get over the hurdle, you did your part. And to want to jump over that hurdle, you gotta be selfish. Selfishness is the key to life. balance. It's no different than people complaining about ego. Your ego is how you feel. I'm gonna say that, but you just know everybody like the ego stroke. So don't focus on what the lady said, you know, because I'm here to tell you it's not an uncommon feeling amongst women and really people in general. We all, at one point or another, probably have blamed circumstances in or out of our control for why we ain't at where we at. But if it's in your control, you gotta sit there and understand it's your fault. You made bad decisions that went against what you desire. And I ain't saying none of this that you can't be happy with making those decisions. I ain't saying you can't be content with life. You trying to make the best out of it, but you're not truly happy with your individual part added to that. Don't lose yourself. Just find the GPS and stay focused on your journey, bro. There are many ways to get to a destination. Your plan may not always be that route.